Hello, citizens of YouTube. This is the Geeky Nerd here, and today we're going to be talking about the Midwest Industries AK railed gas tube and why you might want to consider it, and also kind of give you guys a quick installation demo, etc. of it. Before I begin, though, I'd like to send a big thank you out to everyone who has liked, commented, and subscribed on the previous videos. I always appreciate it and always enjoy talking to you guys. But if you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you enjoy this video, enjoy this type of content, please consider liking, commenting, and/or subscribing. With the PR out the way, let's get into it. Midwest Industries makes a lot of good stuff. This is being one of them. Now, AKs are kind of notorious for not being able to have a optic mounted on them easily, effectively. But I think Midwest has nailed it with their implementation with their setup of it. And it does have a few features that why I think it stands out above the Troy Industries and a few others out there in the market. Here's how it comes. As you see here, you have you also have available ones for Yugo patterns. This one just happens to be standard, but it's also multi-adjustable. There's a little Allen key in the back here, but just taking this out here, you have your little package with just some Loctite and some set screws here. And then here is the actual gas tube. So as you can see, the machining on it is very nice, as you always expect from Midwest Industries. Yes, that is from me just trying to dry fit it, just to make sure that, hey, it works, right? Because AKs are one of those things where you have to make sure that it does fit, because they kind of vary a lot more than ARs. But in either case, you see here, again, has these little vent ports here. Here's your set screws for locking it down. And how this essentially works is by being somewhat universal, is that when you slot it in, you then can twist this to then put pressure against your gas tube as well as to the rear and basically lock it in place. Then once it's resting on your barrel, you tighten these down to basically get it level, vertically up and down, and then side to side, so that way it's universal on all the planes. But overall, very nice machine gas tube for around 100. Now, bringing out the AK that's going on here, this is my Vector Arms. Okay, let's take this out here, get everything in frame. So yeah, like I said, here's the AK that's gonna be going on. I have a Hogue grip. This is the underfolder here. But again, just showing this kind of dry fit, how it's supposed to go together. So you start with it all the way fully, the threaded part all the way in. Just line it up, drop it down. And for mine in particular, you can see on the hand guard, these little heat shields are kind of in the way. So I'm just gonna push past them. It's fine. Again, I'll have to do some modifications with this, but just kind of give you guys the rough demo. Then once it's down, make sure that you tighten this all the way down. You want to make sure this rear is fully seated to the rear, and then this is tightened down, hand tight. You don't want to use any tools, and then you can flip this lever to essentially do your final locking, right? To then put pressure back on it. So you're essentially putting pressure rearward as much as you can, and then you're applying pressure forward to keep it all locked down. As you can see, this tube here, it is going down at an ever so slight slant, so we'll have to adjust those little set screws. But again, not an installation video, just overview video of this. One thing that this stands out a lot, as you can see, is it sits a lot lower. So depending on your optic, depending on your mount, you might be able to co-witness that. So what I've decided to do is I have my Trijicon RMR here with a standard plate. And so what I'm going to do is it's going to be mounted on there like such. If I can do this real quick for you guys. See here. Loose enough. Perfect. Cool. And so there it is, threaded. And then once you mount this on there, you can now see that for the angle, just looking at it, it ever so slightly gets on the very bottom of that for co-witness, right? So even a lower plate would be nice, but as far as like angle, it's just barely doing it. But with that, again, with that whole setup, now you have a RMR or equivalent optic mounted low profile to your gas block. You now have optics on your AK, and you're not breaking the bank to have anything milled. And permanent modifications, you can always throw your original gas tube back on there. But that's my general design intention for it. And with that, yeah, Let me know what you guys think down below. If you guys say this gas tube's great, if it's terrible, if the Troy is potentially better. I like to think that Midwest always makes good stuff, and this one definitely appears to be a keeper for me. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you found it helpful. Let me know down in the comments if you did. Please, again, let me know down in the comments. Please consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. And I hope everyone's having a wonderful, awesome, fantastic day. I'll catch you guys next time. See you guys.